Hello, this is Around the State. My name's John McAllister, and besides doing interviews around the state on my podcast, now I want to just take 15, 20 minutes and list 10 of the players that I think could be on a watch list for the Ohio class of 2023. 10 players every segment I do of this, and I'll have them for the 24 class and maybe the 25 class. But right now I'm concentrating on the 23s. They're not ranked in the top players in Ohio. They're not ranked like 1 through 10. Like the next set you get aren't going to be McAllister's 11 through 20. It won't be that way. I just want to get players out there that deserve to be recognized and provide some comments about them. You know, I was surprised by Darreon Fair at Cleveland Heights. I was surprised by a sophomore running back at Gahanna, Lincoln last week. And so I think it's important for me to get names out there, players out there. And you got to be pretty good to get on the list. I mean, I wish I could. I don't have time because I don't have time to put a lot of Division I, Division III players, Division II players on the list. But the people I put will be guys I think that need to be recognized by Division I coaches. And there are a bunch. My list is probably 265. Well, now, the 265 guys aren't going to get Division I scholarships. And but I'm sorry, but that's just the way it is. The other thing I would say is that what I say, as most college coaches and high school coaches know, are my opinions. I don't read everybody else's opinions, because everybody rates this guy a 3-star. Doesn't mean that I will, because people rate him an Ohio State prospect doesn't mean I will. And I mean, it's just the way it is, because I've always operated in 30 years of being honest in evaluations, and then sometimes I will put comments. Maybe a defensive lineman could be a big time offensive lineman if he chose to. But those are my comments, and I think it's only fair to you to make those comments. Whether you like them or not, I guess it's a different story. You don't have to follow. But I'm excited about this. I'm trying to be as neutral as possible, and I'm trying to be as honest as possible. So without further delay or further blah, blah, blah on my part, I would like to get my first group of first 10 there. My first group of 10 to you right now. And then it will go on and on and on. But right now, the first group of 10. I'm really excited to be able to add my first 10 players to the watch list. They are all members of the class of 2023, and I'm excited. Now, I'm not telling you, as I will repeat every time, these aren't the top 10 players. They are 10 players at random that I'd like to add to the list. The first one is Sonny Styles, a defensive back from Pickerington Central. Sonny Styles is 6'4", about, 210, 215. Great athlete, plays a lot of positions. In fact, he's a equally talented basketball player. He can jump. He's got excellent vertical. And I like him as a defensive back because he's smart, and he'll hit you, and he kind of has a great anticipation for where the football is going to be as far as pass coverage and things like that. And he does get high high in the air. He reads and plays defense and understands the passing schemes. I I don't know if he'll grow into an outside linebacker. Boy, he has the frame to. So he may end up there. If not, he's a free safety. But he could be an outside linebacker on the next level because he's going to be 6'4", 230, and he's a tremendous athlete. I also like him as a wide receiver because he has excellent hands. He's got basketball skills. Saw him dunk a basketball when he was a freshman in a varsity game. So, I know he has the skills to do that. Exciting. And honestly, he may be the best prospect in that class. Defensive lineman Will Smith from Dublin Coffman High School, just scratching the surface. Will probably right now is about 6'3", 250, 245, but he's awfully quick off the ball. Awfully quick, and he bends, he plays pad under pad, and he can stalemate an offensive lineman. The thing with Will is he's only going to get bigger, faster, and stronger. His late father is Will Smith, who played at Ohio State, and so some of the bloodlines are there. And Will's working hard to be an excellent defensive tackle. I don't think he can play outside as a defensive end, but he's the kind of guy I'm looking for because right now he's not real big and fat, and you're going to get him there. You're going to get him to the weight you need to have. I like his hands. He gets off the blocks. He can find the football. He is strong at the point of attack. He can neutralize, and plus he can get to the pass rusher or pass the quarterback. And I like that in him. And he's working on changing directions, but he's a tough guy, and he'll get better at that. And Jacob Snow is my next player. Jacob Snow is a quarterback from Mentor in the 23 class. He broke his hand in the first or second game of the season, and I don't think he's going to be back till about, maybe the sixth game. Maybe in a couple of weeks he'll be back because he broke his hand. He told me, when it happened, that everything was healed. I mean, about 2 weeks ago, everything was healing well, and it's a throwing hand. And I saw it happen, actually. The thing I like about Jacob is he can find receivers down, the open receiver. He understands the coverages. He understands that he operates better in the pocket, in the little pocket passer, but he can get outside and run. He definitely throws well on the run. He's a baseball player, very good baseball player, and he's aggressive. I like his leadership skills. I've seen him 3 times now, and there's just something. He has the confidence, and I like his feet. I like the way he releases. He's got a little bit of a baseball release to him, but he gets it out quickly, and he can throw deep. I've seen him throw along. I think it was a 60-yard touchdown pass. So total. And anyway, he's one of the top quarterbacks in my class of 2023. Maybe the top 3, but we'll have to see. He's got to battle back from injury and do those things, but he should be okay. My next player is Michael Kilbane from Lakewood St. Ed's. I really like Michael Kilbane as a defensive end. 6'4", 245, gets off the ball really, really well. He's quick. He not only has that initial burst, he's got, that second phase burst, and he can get to the football player or the quarterback. I've seen him track guys down from behind. I've seen him change direction a little bit, like just about every high school player. He's got to get better at, changing direction. but he is 6'4", and he's going to get bigger. And I think he's actually a defensive end. I hate to see him put him inside right now because he runs so well, and he can get off blocks. He can disengage. Uses his hands, and he does get to the quarterback. And he's played some drop back outside linebacker or drop back end. I've seen him in coverage. He's comfortable there. So if maybe he could do both. But right now, I like him as a defensive end. I think he's one of the top defensive ends in the class. I think he's going to grow into that and be even better. I think that his pursuit across the field now is excellent. I think he has to improve, change the direction. I think he has to keep obviously getting bigger, faster, stronger, but I think he will. And he's a wrestler in the off season, so even if he comes in at 255 next year, 10 pounds, he can still play. He's still 255. A high school player, I think is really good. Now, my next defensive lineman is Kobi Gorman from the defensive lineman from Pickerington Central. I saw him last summer. I think he's starting to change his weight a little bit. I think he's starting to change his body a little bit. I think he needs to do that. I think he needs to push everything up. He is 6'3", 255. He actually plays tight end sometimes. He catches the ball. He's really athletic. And I like to see him. I want to look at more film. I saw those guys play early, and I thought he did a really good job, but I think he's even better than that. And he's tough. I think he started as a freshman. I remember him as a freshman. I'm not so sure he didn't start then. If he didn't, he may have started at linebacker. But he's got the defensive mentality. He'll hit you. He's got really can play pad under pad. He gets through if he's playing, the gap technique. He's got quickness to get through there. But again, and I think he runs well. I mean, he's got to get better, bigger, faster, stronger. But he's really looking a lot better than he did last summer, which he should. But I think he's one of the top defensive ends in the 23 class. He definitely has a toughness. Now he just has to keep working on technique and playing more pad under pad and those things. And I think he will. He's strong and he can react to the football. So, and I think that's huge for him. Explosive, he sure can. But like I said, the biggest thing I would tell Kobi is in the off season, you got to keep just working on your body, get it more, get stronger, or get it more up in your chest and arms and things like that. And I think he will. He made big improvements since last year. My next player is Broc Lowry. Broc Lowry is from Canfield High School. I watched him the first game of the season. He did come back and look pretty good. He's probably 6'2" and a half, but has a really strong arm. He can spin it. He can throw short. He can throw long. I've seen all those passes. I don't think he's going to kill you with his feet. He's not going to beat you with his feet, but he runs well enough to keep everybody aware. I like the way he reads the field. He can find different receivers. His eyes are always downfield. And I think the thing with him is he can throw it. He can throw it. He's a baseball player too in the off season, but I think last winter he worked pretty hard. I think he needs to do maybe earlier than this year, maybe sometime in February, start throwing. But he does have the skills, keeps his feet underneath of him. He brings it through, and I like all those things about him. Okay, he's mobile enough to avoid the rush. He can, I really like his throwing mechanics, but he's mobile enough. He's, like I said, he's not going to probably run you to death, but he can make plays. Good prospect. I'm not so sure Broc's not the number one quarterback in Ohio for me, because he does a lot of things. I may see Willtrell Hartson this week. Maybe see Massillon play. He's a running back. He's 200-pounder guy, 5'11". He's packed in, and he's fast. He's initially fast. First few steps, he's got that quick burst, and then he can get upfield. Really good north-south runner between the tackles. Not a great outside runner yet, but he's tough, and he has really good vision. I see him on video make cuts and see the defensive lineman where he is, and I think he's durable, although he's dinged up a little bit right now, I guess, but he can play and run. I liked him last year. I thought he really ran well against Hoban last year, but this year I think he's been nagged up a little bit. I am looking forward to seeing him play. I like his balance. He can get hit. He stays on his feet. He's always going forward, and I like that. And I like him getting through the line of scrimmage. He's got speed. He's more of a kind of a power back, and with really good solid speed. And like I said earlier, he can make you miss, but he can also break tackles and run through you and run around you. And I think that's really huge. So initial burst is good. And if I saw on video, and I haven't seen him play live yet, but I think that he's willing to block. He's willing to hit guys. He's willing to, not to do his part there. I haven't watched him behind the line of scrimmage yet, but he will do that for you. So he's a good player. My seventh player to add to the first 10, but my seventh player is Josh Padilla, from an offensive lineman from Wayne High School. Josh can play a lot of positions. He probably could play center. He's playing right tackle now, and he could easily be a guard. He's 6'4", 6'3", 265, and he's a heavyweight wrestler, a really good one. Came on strong last year as a sophomore, and I watched him. I'm not so sure he didn't wrestle at the state as a freshman, but he's tough. He's just got that toughness. He's got that wrestler mentality, and he just gets after it. I was teasing him that he might be a defensive lineman, because I think wrestlers a lot of times are defensive linemen, but we'll have to see. I like him. I think that he has good lateral range. He can run around. He can go up and down the line of scrimmage. He's a good pass protector. Got pretty good feet. You got to keep bending. It seems like he's a natural knee bender. Got to keep staying low, playing pad under pad a lot. And he's got good balance. I like the other thing I like about him. He's got a punch. He can come out and punch, and he's got that good initial burst. He seems short, but I don't think he is. I'm not so sure he's not a center at the next level. Definitely a guard. He's not a tackle. He's not going to be tall enough, but he sure gives you a lot of help inside. Stays with his block, does that well, I think, and that's a lot of his wrestling moves. I'm sure his hips and everything else, but I like him, and I think the biggest thing is he's tough. I'm not so sure he doesn't deserve to be rated really, really high with the offensive lineman. I'm not so sure. I know he's in the top 3 for me, but I'm not so sure he might not be in the top 1. He might be the best lineman coming out in Ohio, and we'll just have to see. Okay, nice. My next guy is Hayden Davis, running back from Alliance. I liked him last year a lot. I thought he might be the best. I thought he might be the best running back prospect. He is big, 6'2", 200. He runs a little bit high. He's got to get faster, I think, but he's deceptively fast right now. He can break tackles. Excuse me. He's more of an inside runner. Then he gets to make that from tackle to tackle. Then he can break it, and he breaks tackles. He's strong. He's big. Right now, he rolled his ankle a couple of weeks ago, and I'd hope to see him because I'm not sure he's one of the top running backs in Ohio. I don't know what level yet, I mean, which one, but he's big. He's big, and that helps him. And needs to come off of injury and see where he goes. I'm looking forward to that. I think the other thing he does, he's got good vision. Now he's more of a straight ahead guy. Doesn't have great hips, doesn't have great wiggle, doesn't have great, but I think he can get there. And he might be the guy. I need to see more, but he might be the guy that can run away from you. I don't know yet for sure, but he is a player, and he's playing on a team that's rebuilding, and it's not real good, but so that makes a little bit of difference, and we'll have to see. Darreon Fair, Cleveland Heights game against Euclid. He's playing quarterback. He's not a very big guy. He's 5'6". Oh yeah, he's taller than that. He's probably 5'7", 5'8", 165 pounds. Plays quarterback in that really tight run offense. But he can get outside. He can go. He's got great wiggle. He makes really quick decisions. He's got really good vision, and impressed about that. He's got vision. He's got the burst. And you know what I really like about him? He's a leader. He's a leader, and he's tough. And for his size, he's really tough. I talked to him for a second before the game, and I said, if you can't play quarterback, what would you like to play? So I like to play slot. I could see him being a slot receiver, and he's another one of those guys. I think you can have a shorter guy on your team. You can't have 10 of them, but you can have one or two, I believe, get them the football. And I think that Darreon will get faster. He will get stronger, and he's just tasting it right now. Has scored a lot of touchdowns, but when you look at him, you don't think that. But he's tough, and he runs hard, and he's got some shake to him. And again, like I said, he's a good leader. He's a really, really good leader. Darreon, and then I talked about Hayden Davis, and I talked about Josh Batia. And hopefully, and I've seen all these guys so far, but hopefully they keep getting bigger, keep getting stronger, and it'll be an exciting time for them.